Here is my beautiful little hydrangea that actually started to die on the first day I got her. And in fact, I actually started putting these like little, I don't even know what they're called, but little wires just to keep her straight because she was drooping. And I was really sad, and I watered her a bunch after a couple days because I thought she was perhaps drying out. And she did become a little bit more revived after, but I made a mistake and took her outside again, and she was in the blasting sun for maybe a couple hours, and she started wilting again. So today I decided to bring her in front of me while I'm meditating, and just to have her in that energy. I've been speaking loving words to her, so we'll see. I will report back maybe in a week or so. Today's meditation was really amazing. I started it last night and didn't finish it. I've been really trying to meditate every day, and sometimes if it does end up being late, um, I end up doing it before bed, which is not the best idea because, you know, sometimes you end up falling asleep. So that's what happened. I started doing the blessing of the energy centers. Um, I actually went to bed pretty early. I started doing the meditation at like 10:15, and which is not the usual time I go to sleep. I go to bed pretty late sometimes. And that's because I'll not do another video on this, but that's because my mind races, right? And negative thoughts come, anxieties come. I don't want to go to sleep because sleeping is the place where you have to be with your thoughts, um, before you fall asleep. Anyway, it's a whole different topic. What I wanted to talk about was I started doing the meditation, and about when Dr. Joe gets to the third energy center, that's when I started falling asleep. Or actually, I started to realize I'm falling asleep, so probably before that. And this is the meditation where he gets you to focus on your heart first, and then I'm so sorry. I'm like touching the mic. He gets you to focus on your heart first, and then you start putting your attention on your energy centers. And so this is probably like a third way already into, or halfway already into the meditation. Fell asleep, kept, falling asleep, decided to just go to bed, just be gentle on myself. Instead of beating myself up, instead of like forcing myself through the meditation, I said, you know what, I'll finish it tomorrow. So I ended up this morning going for a walk early in the morning, did some yoga. I haven't done that in a long time, but I feel like my mental health truly is improving ever since I started doing meditations again about over 10 days ago, and just under 2 weeks. And it's been such a transformation, to be honest. It's been a quiet transformation, but a transformation nonetheless. And I'll talk about that in a different video, because this one I really wanted to share the amazing things I felt um, through this meditation. So what happened was I decided, instead of going back and starting the beginning of the meditation this morning, I did a silent self meditation and just started focusing on the first three energy centers. And I don't feel my first three energy centers at all. I don't feel them. Very rarely do I feel them. And so there's a lot of trapped emotions, fears, anxieties there. I do know that based on my past and etc. etc. And so I just decided to do like a silent one so I can focus a little bit more and go at my own pace. And I felt a little bit my root chakra, first energy center, and then I go into my second energy center, didn't feel anything, but just kind of pictured like a soft, white, pinkish light healing that area. Then I went into my third one and I felt more like, almost like it has more energy, but I didn't feel anything in particular in that area, but just my body felt more energized. And throughout this whole process, I did end up twitching quite a lot. And I've been feeling that energetic twitch all over my body ever since the retreat that I went to in April of 2025, and now we're in July of the same year. And so, I really felt like it was an activation at that retreat, because the time before that and the time after that, my meditation life has been very different. And so this one, the third energy center, and then I started playing around with my thoughts and how my body would respond to it. So I was twitching quite a bit and like shaking a bit. And I said to myself, I said to my body, just relax, just relax, just relax. And right away, no more twitching, no more shaking, nothing. And then I thought, oh, did my body just listen to me? Because I didn't force anything. I didn't like tighten my muscles. I didn't like try to stop it. I just thought those thoughts while I was meditating, and just everything stopped, because the twitches are involuntary. And I guess it's energy moving, or bad energy being dispelled. I have no idea what it is. But then I thought, that's interesting. So I thought, so after maybe 5 or 10 seconds of that, my body's like totally calm. I thought to myself, okay, you're allowed to express yourself. That's okay. Boom, start twitching again. Like, it's very weird to explain it if you're not, I guess, experiencing it. But truly, I was not controlling it. I mean, you can't really even control yourself to twitch. It's sort of involuntary, right? So I thought, oh, that's fascinating. And I started feeling this wave of gratitude in my heart. I started thinking about how grateful I am to my body, and how, it's responding to me, how I'm so grateful for it to carry me throughout my life, and to, everything I've done to it in terms of not sleeping early, eating bad food, not resting properly, being in bad environments, whatever it may be. And I just felt so much like compassion, I guess, towards my body and towards myself, and almost like thinking about how we are a team and I want to treat it better. And my body just, I guess, reacted. Right? I started crying and just being so emotional. I felt so connected to my body, like I was communicating with my body. And that's like far from my past experience. Like I felt so disconnected from my body before. No way could I feel any sort of like energy centers before. But now every time I focus on my heart, I could feel my heart, like the feeling there, whatever it may be. And then I thought, okay, what if I ask my body how it feels about a major decision that I have to make this weekend, right? And it's a very big decision, and I really didn't know which way to go, and I wanted to protect my mental health as well, and my body, because everything's connected, right? So if I was feeling stress from, so there's two paths, right? And they both have different kinds of repercussions, right? Consequences, if you will. And I wasn't sure which one I wanted to choose, which one I should choose. And I wanted to choose it not only for obviously like future benefit, but also the path that it will take me on, which could potentially have difficult times, right? And those difficult times will bring me stress and harm my body essentially. And I just thought, like, I don't want to put you through that, right? Um, but at the same time, I knew that I wanted to learn and grow. So those difficult times could be a place of learning and growth. So I asked my body, I said, okay, let's try this. Let's try this out. Should we do option one, right? And all of a sudden I had these like big twitches. I was like, okay. And then I asked, should we do option two? And it was like no reaction. And in my mind, I took that as big twitching, big energy shifts. It's a yes. Because to me, that has been good reactions. Like in my meditations, when I feel energy moving during the retreat, right? I felt energy moving, start twitching and shaking a lot. And when I came home and I did meditations, whenever I felt, getting into the meditation, when I'm like getting into it, or like some kind of, yeah, just connection, I was I would twitch. And so I would associate that with yes. And then when I asked option two in my mind, it was just like silence. My body didn't say anything. So I tried it again. I was like, maybe I'm just kidding myself, right? I tried it again, same reaction. And I was like, okay, this is so interesting. Like right away, the reactions happen right away. And then I thought, okay, third time's the charm, right? Maybe it won't happen again a third time. Asked it again, exact same thing. Twitching, big twitches right away, and then silence for option two, right? And then I just became really emotional. I felt so like loved by my body and towards my body. Um, and I thought, I'm scared to make this decision because I want to protect us, right? Because I I wasn't sure which one was the right decision because I wasn't sure which one felt more safe. Um, they both had pros and cons. Obviously, that's why it's hard to make the decisions. But they both had difficulties, to each their own. And yeah, I just felt really grateful. I decided to continue with my meditation. I decided to go back to listening to Dr. Joe, which started at the heart center, right? Energy center 4, and then started going back up there. Great meditation, stayed awake the whole time, and yeah, felt great. It was great. When I say felt great, I mean I was able to stay in it. I was able to continue on with it without feeling antsy, without feeling, wanting to get up and leave, and bombarding thoughts, and just wanting not to be there. But I just sat there, and I wanted to. Towards the end, I did want to get up because I had a full day planned. I didn't want to be behind schedule, but I just thought, you know what? There's probably a few more minutes left. The few minutes will not deter me from my general schedule today. And usually I do get anxious about being on time. I like being on time. But I thought I don't have a super set schedule, so let me just relax into this meditation. Just let me relax into this. Let me let that go, right? So I did, and it was longer than I thought, but it was still good. I still finished it. Um, and when I came out of meditation, I said a little prayer and just intention for the day that everything I wanted to get done will get done in its good time, in its right time. I send a prayer out to my future beloved, my future partner that I will meet. Just, keeping that connection open, sending good thoughts and loving thoughts towards him. And looked at the clock, and it was 12:12. I've been pretty much seeing these numbers every single day. Like yesterday, I saw 10:10, both morning and night, 4:44, 12:34. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All these, like, pretty much every day. And instead of clinging onto them as signs from the universe that I should be or shouldn't be or whatever it may be, I just see them as winks, right? Winks from the universe, that confirmation that, what I feel inside, which is this beautiful transformation, this beautiful peace. What I feel inside um, is confirmed outside by these little winks from the universe, from the divine, from spirit. And so what I really love is to pour all that loving energy and the healing that I am cultivating through blessing of the energy center meditation into my little guy, little girl. Um, Actually, when I was focusing on my throat, on the fifth energy center, I started like breathing out, right? Doing these like inhales and exhales and just like breathing like out, like healing whatever's. um, yeah, so that was neat. And hey, there's these like little buds. I don't know if you can tell or you can see, but look at that. I mean, she has all these like little growth, right? And right here, this is actually a different stem. It's like, I don't know if you can see inside, but so there's two stems, right? And if you are a lover of plants and you have any suggestions for me, I really appreciate you leaving that in the comments. And yeah, it was a great day. Half day so far. Sending you my love. Take care.